Why?
Hey everybody, oh man, where do we even start with this? Okay, so I come back from a semi-break to this. Ow, my leg. No, but still, man. Alright, so this story comes from the same guy who did the 30th anniversary rumors, Zippo. Now, according to them, this is not speculation, this is legit information that he managed to gather from connections to Sega, and I saw a few other people that knew about it beforehand, like Ricardo, so I'm guessing that this is actually real. Like, this is actually legit. I mean, it kind of makes sense. Sega hasn't done anything so far, and with all those rumors going around, it was bound to be real. But at this point, yeah, I can kind of see how it got canceled. But yeah, let's just get into it. Now, they mentioned how Sega was developing adventure remakes, for 1 and 2. Kind of like what Premi wanted, like a double pack where, there's both games and they're remastered, like Crash Insane trilogy with, rearranged music and everything. Would have been great. And it was apparently meant for a 2015 release. So and the target platforms were PS4, Xbox One, and Wii U. Now they actually have receipts. So the evidence that they present for this is the 2014 Jackwares thing where it basically leaked a new title where it said new 2015 title to be announced for Wii U, PS4, and Xbox One. Now this was around the same time as Sonic Boom, so I even remember reporting on this back then. I legit thought it was just Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, like from what I remember. And then later on, they would announce that for the Wii U, we would be getting Rise of Lyric, and for the 3DS, we would be getting Shattered Crystal. Now, that's what I thought this new title would be, but apparently, according to Zippo, this is actually the Adventure 1 and 2 remakes, which would make sense because, like, all the titles are there, and Rise of Lyric only ended up being on the Wii U, so I think that wasn't in the plans yet, or wasn't in the release title. Now it says here, sometime in 2013, Sega decided that it was time to go back into the adventure formula as well. So instead of Sonic Team handling this, they went to another one of their internal studios. That studio being Sega Shanghai. Now, Zippo goes on to explain what Sega Shanghai is and what they did. They were basically responsible for, I think, the very first Sonic title to make it to China. So they were responsible for localizing Sonic Forces. Yeah, I know. But hey, at least it was the first one. And actually, I think it sold pretty good because they even got a bundle, a very, very special bundle over there that wasn't available anywhere else, just in China. Now, it doesn't have the most interesting design, to be fair. It's just like reused artwork. But hey, at least they got a Sonic PlayStation over there. I would have killed for that. Yeah, Zippo even says here, Sonic Forces even got a release in China. Now, Sega Shanghai has actually been here for a while, apparently. They've worked on the PS2 remake and HD versions of Nights into Dreams, and they've also worked on the HD ports of Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 for Steam. And, the other consoles, of course. So they've had a hand in Dreamcast games, and they even worked on the Dreamcast collection, was the one from 2011. Now, Zippo goes on to explain here why Sega allowed them to work on this remake. First, they saw China as a potential huge market to get a foothold in. And two, Sonic Team were not available and were busy preparing the Hedgehog Engine 2, which we all know that was happening, and supposedly working alongside, Sonic Forces, getting those two ready at the same time, which I don't believe because that, how that ended up. I'm not even gonna get into that. And apparently, and they were working on Sonic Runners at the time, so they had their hands full at that time. And apparently, Sega never had any intentions of making 8th generation console owners wait 4 years for a new Sonic game. Well, I guess, yeah, this would make sense. Like, the side project being handled by another studio, which would be fine. That's what we've been asking for, actually. Like, get other studios to handle Sonic while Sonic Team handles that, and then they keep us entertained with good side projects, and then Sonic Team comes with a main event later on, and then they don't have to worry about constantly going back and forth between side projects and, you know, the main one. So this remake was to have generation-like visuals, and since Sega was so impressed with their work that they greenlit a remake of its sequel after development started as well. No way. Yo, okay, I'm gonna jump a little bit lower there. Okay, no. I already saw something that I'm really pissed off about, but I'm gonna jump way back over here, okay? So let's keep in mind, they already started development on Adventure 1, the remake, and they were doing so good that they started Adventure 2. So Sega already has greenlit both games, and they have confidence in this studio. Alright, so let's keep reading. Story-wise, it was going to be the modern voice cast and writers, so take that what you will, of course. And of course, he laughs it off, and yeah, we all know. We all know why this was a bad idea. I don't think that the modern voice cast, I mean, some of the modern voice cast fits the adventure style. Not saying they couldn't. I think that was mostly the writers, and the writers didn't really give a crap about Sonic. Let's just simply put it that way. They just didn't. And yeah, what happened exactly? Things seemed to be going well, and by all accounts things were going well, until Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric hit the scene and bombed critically and commercially. Sega also went through a harsh cost-cutting restructuring in early 2015, where many people were laid off. And if you remember, I think that was when they laid off over 150 people. No, it was apparently more than 150. It was actually 300 employees. So they dumped a lot of people. So this not only affected Sega like employees, it affected a lot of projects that were in development, including these remakes. So Sonic Boom killed the adventure remakes. I'm getting so pissed off right now. I thought this was gonna be a little fun like video where I just give my thoughts and everything, but I'm getting legit pissed off right now. Oh my god. Okay, let's keep going. I heard they were canceled for two reasons. Post Rise of Lyric, Sega got cold feet about giving Sonic out to other developers, which would explain why there's no projects or side project at all from other developers. Not even Dimps, not Nintendo, nothing. Not even Sega themselves, despite it being their own fault that Rise of Lyric was rushed, buggy, disaster, not Big Red Button. That is very true, because they were the ones who mandated the Wii U specific platforming. Oh my god, that's so dumb. Sega would have had this in the bag if everything, you know, if they gave Rise of Lyric more time, they planned out everything properly instead of rushing everything. As much as I would have hated the modern voice cast, I mean, I wouldn't have hated the modern voice cast. I think they would have done a good job. I think the writing would have been absolutely god-awful. But I still would have liked to have seen it. Like, I think the music had potential. The gameplay, I would have loved to see what, you know, Sega Shanghai came up with. If apparently Sega was impressed with it. And they had Sonic Generations like visuals. Like, they would have... This would have been so good on PC. Like, we could have modded the shit out of it. Like, there was so much potential here. Why? Things happen for a reason, apparently. I'm not gonna lose my freaking mind right now. Okay. Now, take a shot every time I've taken a deep breath. I am getting, I think my blood pressure is rising right now. Oh my god. Okay. 2. Sega was super cost conscious at the time of the restructuring. Here were concerns that the remakes were going over budget and that wouldn't be able to make the money back. Sonic Boom's failure scared the absolute out of them. I mean, to be fair, if you sunk in like, how much did Rise of Lyric cost? Like a couple million? Like 20 million? Oh my lord. it did have a $20 million budget. I remember Stephen Frost, he was the producer. He kept bragging about how this, this is a $20 million investment and this is going to pay off. That man. I don't even know if you guys remember that guy. He was basically responsible for the marketing at that point. Like, he was the spokesperson. One other thing I heard is that Sonic Adventure Music Experience concerts were created in the first place to market and promote these remakes, and were then retrofitted into something else after they were canceled. I mean, at least we got to hear what it... Man... So this was actually going to be used for the remakes. Like, at least... Well, I mean, without the context, it sounds really good. Like, the concerts are really nice, but, like... Man... Needless to say, that if these remakes have actually released, they could have changed everything. We'd be in a much different place right now. But unfortunately, with the failure of Boom and Sega's financial woes at the timing couldn't just been worse. Maybe one day, they'll see the light of day. Okay. Opinion time. This is assuming this is real. Because, like, even though he has some sort of, he has proof, like the Toy Fair announcement leak thing that we saw where Sonic Boom got announced, where the Lost World, the Mario and Sonic thing, and the new title, that holds water because that was actually a thing. I remember everybody saw that back then, and we thought it was, like... I don't even know what we thought it was. I thought it was Sonic Boom since that got announced, like, I think a few months later. No, wait. Regardless, I think it was just... I think I thought it was a new game that it was coming out, but I didn't know what it was. I just thought it was a new Sonic game coming out. I wish I could pull up that video now, but it's gone. There is reason to believe why this is real, because like Sega Shanghai is actually a studio that handled Sonic Forces, and they had a hand in a few other games, and the Sonic Adventure Music Experience concerts being, promotions for the new remake, that would have made a lot of sense. And the Sonic Boom, disaster affecting everything, that makes sense too. So, look, I would have my problems with the writing because, Ken Pontek and Warren Graff, I don't think they're the best match for Sonic titles, for Sonic stories. I don't think they can write Sonic stories at all. But I would have loved to have seen what it looked like, to see, like, the newer version, the one with upres graphics, how would it felt to actually, play it, because I just recently started Sonic Adventure. I started playing it and I started appreciating it. I started appreciating what it meant to people, like what it meant to the Sonic franchise, like the smooth controls, the whole like aesthetic of the game. It's freaking cool. So like I think it deserved another chance in the spotlight. Like, and that could have definitely like led to like maybe Sonic Team being like, oh, maybe we should go back to the adventure formula or give it another shot, and then we could have had Adventure 3 or something. I mean, not Adventure 3, but an adventure style game. I don't know. I mean, I was pissed off reading it, but man, Sonic Boom really screwed everything up. It really did. Like, now that I appreciate like the Sonic's past a little more, and I understand why Sonic Boom should have never existed, it just pisses me off. Like, I didn't mind Sonic Boom. I still think the idea is novel, like having a timeline to the modern Sonic timeline, to where you could do different things with each one. That could have been so great, but now it's just like, well, if this is true, maybe we'll see the light of day somehow. Maybe somebody will leak the source code or something, and then people can actually like make it work on PC, like with what they did with a few of Sonic's titles in the past, and even like Mario 64. That somehow that made it to PC, and people have discovered stuff that it wasn't, that was never revealed. And like even Luigi, he was actually there. Like maybe you could see something like that eventually happen. And who knows, Sega is usually a little bit more lenient on showing concept art and stuff that, you know, was never published. So maybe we could see an actual playable demo at some point, or something like a document, or maybe some concept art of what we could have seen. I don't know. Not instilling too much confidence. Apparently, game is still in the, you know, the Sonic game's still there, but just hope they know what they're doing. I just really hope they know what they're doing.